Hello friends, welcome back to Vidya's Kitchen Diary. Today we are going to make Aloo Gobi Masala and the ingredients are listed here. So you have to keep everything ready. So now let's start with the cleaning of cauliflower. I have washed this cauliflower very nicely before cutting into florets. So again we are washing it in the boiling water. So I have kept a vessel with boiling water in it and I am going to put all the florets into this boiling water. So when we finish adding the florets, what I'm going to do next is add some turmeric powder and salt. This we are doing because there may be impurities or worms inside this florets that we cannot see from outside. So in order to remove all these impurities, we are boiling it in the water for at least 1 or 2 minutes, and then we will switch off the flame and strain this cauliflower out. So now I've added this salt and turmeric powder and I have given it a nice mix. So we need to bring it to a boil. Until then we can wait. Okay, so mix it thoroughly so that each florets are dipped in the boiling water. At this point of time you have to keep another vessel ready with boiling water in it, because we need to cook the potatoes in that. We are also going to add the cauliflower in this potatoes as well, because we need to cook it halfway and we are not going to fully cook it, but we are going to half cook this cauliflower and potatoes. So usually potatoes take some more time for cooking, so that's the reason why we are cooking it separately like this. So after preparing the gravy only, we are going to add this potato pieces and cauliflower pieces. So first let the cauliflower come to a nice boil. After that we will strain it out. You can see this has started boiling nicely. So what we will do next is give it a nice mix and then we will wait for at least 1 or 2 minutes. Then we will remove this cauliflower from the water. So give it a nice mix first so that all the florets are completely dipped in this boiling water. So we need to remove all the dirts first, because cauliflower is usually treated as a vegetable with lot of chemical treatment. So after switching off the stove, we are straining this cauliflower pieces and we are putting this along with the potatoes. Now we have to half cook it. We need to wait for at least 10 minutes to get it half cooked. At this point of time, we are going to soak some cashew nuts in the water. You can use plain water or some mild hot water. Yes, the veggies has come to a nice boil and it is boiling for around 5 to 10 minutes now. And then we have to check whether it is half cooked or not. Yes, it is cooked. We have to take a piece of potato and press it with the ladle, and if it comes in pieces, then it is cooked. So it is time to remove this vessel from the stove. So let's remove the vessel from the stove and we will keep a kadai on the stove and we will start preparing the gravy. So now let's move this vessel. Now I'm going to place a steel pan on the stove. Come, let's start cooking the gravy. So for that I have kept the steel vessel and you can pour whatever oil you like. I'm going to use coconut oil for this purpose. You can use sunflower or any oil of your choice. And immediately we are putting the chopped onions into it. Now let's give it a nice mix, and if you add some salt, it gets cooked fast. So I'm going to add a half teaspoon of salt into it. Later when you add salt, you check the salt in the curry and then only you need to put the salt. Now let's saute it well for around 1 to 2 minutes and then we are going to add the ginger garlic paste. So I have taken like 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste together. So give it a nice mix again. So we need to saute it for around 1 to 2 minutes again. And then only we are going to add our next ingredients. So at this point of time, I am going to add some coriander leaves into this onions. I am not going to add more, but a pinch of coriander leaves. So let us saute it for around 2 to 3 minutes so that the smell and flavor comes out really well. I really love the smell of this coriander leaves when it gets cooked. Usually I grind it with ginger and garlic, but today I did not grind. I am adding it directly to these onions. So give it a nice mix. You can see the color of the onions are changed now and it's becoming a little bit brownish. So at this point of time we have to add the masalas. But before adding the masalas, we have to keep these cashews ready. So in order to make a smooth paste, add these cashews into the jar and pour a little water only, because otherwise the cashews returns back with crush and crumbs. So in order to make a smooth paste, we have to add little water and then grind it. So you can see I've changed the pan because my steel pan was a little bit small and it was not enough for me to prepare the curry. So let us add the masala powders. So firstly I've added turmeric powder and I'm using 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. So next ingredient is red chili powder. I'm using both the spicy and non-spicy chili powder. That means I have taken 1 teaspoon of spicy chili powder and 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder. If you want, you can avoid the spicy one and you can use the only the Kashmiri chili powder, and you can take it around 1 tablespoon or more. If you want more color, you can add more Kashmiri chili powder. And then we are adding coriander powder, again 1 tablespoon coriander powder. Then I've taken garam masala and I've added like 1 teaspoon of garam masala, also 1 teaspoon of cumin powder. This is the normal cumin powder, the small one. So I've taken chicken masala as well. So again chicken masala you can add 1 teaspoon of chicken masala. Here I'm taking approximately like 1 teaspoon. So the masalas are over here. So we have to give it a nice mix. Give it a nice mix and let all the masalas roast along with the onion. So now it's time to add water. So I've added like half a glass of water and I'm giving it a nice mix. Let it boil and let the gravy thicken. At that time we will add the required amount of salt and then we will add the capsicum into it. Now I have added the capsicum pieces into the gravy. It looks so beautiful, isn't it? It has come to a nice boil and let it get half cooked. It doesn't take too much time to get cooked. So when it starts boiling, we will add the cauliflower and the potatoes. It's already half cooked, so it won't take more time to get fully cooked. So after adding all these veggies into it, we are going to add more water, but we are not going to add plain water anymore, but we will use the stock of this cauliflower and potatoes. At this point of time, we will add 1 more teaspoon of chicken masala into this. So it gives a nice taste and a nice flavor to the curry. Give it a nice mix, and what we are going to do next is we have to cook it for around 5 to 10 minutes so that the gravy thickens and the whole masala powders and everything gets absorbed to the veggies. So take a lid and cover it and let it boil for around 5 to 10 minutes. Yes, it's around 5 to 10 minutes now. It has boiled nicely. See, the gravy is thickening. So at this point of time, what we are going to do next is we will add a very super ingredient that gives a nice taste to this curry, that is a tomato sauce. Instead of using tomato, I am using this tomato sauce because it gives a nice taste to the curry. So I have used around 1 tablespoon of tomato sauce. If you want, you can add more as you wish. And now the next part is a very important one, that is a cashew paste. I have grinded this cashews nicely into a smooth paste, and you can see it has given a very nice color to the gravy. Give it a nice mix, and you know, if we add cashews, again the gravy thickens, so we have to wait for around 5 to 10 minutes again, and when it starts boiling we will see how it came. Okay. So you can see the curry has boiled nicely and it has thickened. At this time I'm adding a half teaspoon more of garam masala into it. Always garam masala towards the end of the preparation gives it a nice flavor and smell to the curry. So I've added a little bit salt also because I felt like the salt was a bit less to the curry, and then give it a nice mix, and you can see how beautiful the curry looks. The curry is in the final stage, and after mixing it nicely, cover it with a lid and then let it boil for around 1 or 2 minutes, and we will switch off the flame. See, our curry has come to a nice texture, and now the curry is ready. So we will switch off the flame and see how beautiful it looks. It is super tasty and super beautiful. So let us move towards the garnishing part. I have already chopped the coriander leaves, so I am going to garnish the curry. So everyone, please try this at home and please let me know your feedback. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.